We are apparently rolling live, and all I can say is
It's a
this:
marathon. It's a disgrace. That's what it is, a disgrace.
it is a disgrace. It ain't gonna be pretty, this show today. Um, Coming off from the international breaks with a brilliant 4-3 win over Liverpool, and witnessing this performance was absolutely abomination, according to my opinion. Did I expect this? I had a little bit of a butterflies in my stomach to say this is Brentford. We were playing away at the Brentford Community Stadium, and the football that we played today was absolutely diabolical, and the lineup as well. We started off doing the warm-up show, and we just finished off the watch along, and I kept saying to myself, why again are we doing exactly the same thing? We got lucky. We got damn lucky to actually be 1-1 up, to be honest. And even if we have been able to win this game with 1-0, we didn't deserve it. We were shit. Honest to God, pure shit. Dog poo, we bottled it. Now we are 8 points away drift from the fifth. And on this channel, we always call a spade a spade. I always try to be positive, but I couldn't find anything positive more than Mason Mount that came in and scored the 1-0 goal. In terms of shots on goal, right? Brentford had 5 shots on goal, and we also have 5 shots on goal as well. But in terms of total shots, again, we allowed them to pepper us with 31 shots, right? 31 shots. That's equally to Marcus Rashford's shots in Belfast. I'm talking about tequila shots, and we had 11. Let that sink in, right? Onana goalkeeping safe, same, 4 saves. He was great. But on the other hand, their goalkeeper also had 4 saves. Arguably to say, if Brentford had their shooting boots on today, we would most likely see another 4-0 or 4-1 repeat. But I just didn't get it. I just didn't get it. Brentford are fighting relegation, and we are, arguably chasing top 4. But with slim pickings in a way, looking at Spurs, hoping that they will lose the remaining of their fixtures, which they're playing top 4. That's not what Manchester United is all about. We should be playing our game as what we did the first 18 minutes, according to my opinion, was kind of good football, the first 18. But as soon as they start laying pressure on us, we crumbled again. And I thought to myself in the half time, we got lucky there. We got very, very lucky. If Ivan Toney would have been switched on, we could have gone on, you could have got down 1-0 in the first half. But at the end of the day, it is always the hopes that kills you. And this is our season. It's been a yo-yo season. And, to remind myself again that the way we dropped off from Champions League was the same way we lost today. Even if we scored 1-0, we couldn't hold on to the lead. No. It was very unbalanced in the first half, and you can clearly see that Scott McTominay in the midfield didn't work, right? He exposed the poor Wan-Bissaka on the left, who had a tendency to tuck in and help, because Scott McTominay did not provide anything, and thank God he got subbed up, but a little bit too late. The same with Rashford as well. I think he tried in the first 19, but then Rashford does what Rashford do, walking. Us watching Scott McTominay in many instances jogging, keep on jogging, same what he did in Champions League. Left in the player's opposition half, jogging while the other ones are sprinting for the counter-attack. God damn, 1-1, people. 1-1. We got lucky there. But I'm not just going to be sitting here salty and bitter. Like, I'm going to try to find some positives. Kobe Mainoo, in a certain sense, looked knackered. Garnacho looked knackered as well. So I think it was a positive that we subbed him off. And Rafael Varane, the injuries are starting to pile up again. Can we just have one season or one couple of games without injuries? And Victor Lindelof with a hamstring, right? You pull in a rusty, I'm talking about Leacher. Okay, you could tell he was unbalanced and rusty. But what the hell are we supposed to do, right? Currently 8 points drift from fifth. There is slim pickings, there's slim chance. But I'm not going to sit here and, paint it rosy. I'm not. Because at the end of the day, I have my panel to do that for me. I want to hear from your thoughts and feelings. What did you think? Right? We seem to be the team that takes 2 steps forward and 1 step back, and vice versa. And it hurts me to say that this season has hurt me a lot as a fan, as a content creator. To sit here 5 a.m. in the morning, actually 5:20, to press record, it's never easy. It's never easy, but we do it for you. We do it for you as a global fan community that tune in to this channel. Welcome to the therapy session, guys. Please let me enlighten you to introduce some of my guests and panels and let them do the talking. I'm starting with Bilal Yogi. Hello, Bilal.
Hi guys, thank you for having me back on. A
Welcome
pleasure.
to the therapy session. How can I help
Thank
you?
you, thank you, Mick. Thank you.
Talk to me, Bilal.
Yeah, it was pretty poor that. I was just reading a stat whilst you were doing that great introduction on how Brentford had all their back four out basically.
Yeah.
Me and you have done a lot of content around this, and I think I've come to a conclusion that our season will probably be over by end of this coming week, because we've got Chelsea on Thursday, I think, or Wednesday, and then we've got Liverpool, and I think that'll be it. I think it doesn't it seems to be getting worse, and like me and you've said previously on multiple shows, I feel like we've gone back to where Ralph Ragnick was, and whatever happened in between just didn't happen, and we're still at that point. Solskjaer's last season, and we were stuck at that point, and it was just poor. You know, just to add in, if you look at that performance, Mick, he's the pressing the back, so the keeper's getting the ball. He's playing it long, and nobody wants to go for the 50-50s.
Yeah.
Bar and nobody else wants to go for the 50-50s.
Nope.
Nobody wants to go for the second balls. We keep getting turned
Yep.
over. Bruno
True.
gets the ball. He just plays forward constantly. And I
Yep.
put a tweet out that they should have replaced Bruno with Mount a lot sooner, which somebody would have controlled the game a little bit. It was
Yeah.
crazy because everybody keeps going on about Scott McTominay, but there's another midfielder in there as well, which is Bruno Fernandes, who's the captain. And I don't understand what he's doing. But it just wasn't him. It was all over. Like you said, one Bissaka,
It
McTominay,
was.
Manu wasn't very good, but they pressed him. He's on his own. He's young. Dallo was terrible, I thought.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
Yeah. Listen, it was all over the shop. And going what Thomas Frank said in his presser, he said we need to stop Bruno Fernandes, and that's what they did. They doubled down on Bruno Fernandes. They stopped the creativity, and what are we left with? Scott McTominay, no creativity. Come on, Kobe Mano, to leave him exposed as a number 6 who played 2 England caps, right? Tired, people coming home from the jet lag. Garnacho huffed and puffed, nothing helped. It was just no tempo in this game, right? Not in the first half, not in the second half. We were caught like we were, drugged on sleeping pills. And then the players that came in, that came back from injuries, that didn't help at all. Like, you could see that Martinez, God bless him, went away from warm winter training with his mates. And but he's not
Yeah.
ready, and there's no service for Hoyland, who, by the way, almost scored that the beautiful
Mick,
chance
but
creation.
there are other senior players in the forward line that need to step up, like Rashford.
I don't want to
You know,
fucking talk about him, to be
he's
honest.
okay.
Done with it.
Garnacho had a bad game. The kid, he's about 19, 20. You can't keep expecting to play 30
No,
games
of
in a row
course
and
not.
keep turning it on.
No,
You know, it's but what I mean is the fundamentals of the game is you've got to win your 50-50s, you've got to win your
Yeah.
individual battles, and you've got to win the
Yep.
second ball.
First ball, second balls, nothing. All right. So here's my take on it. When you say first balls and second balls, we didn't play out from the back. We were just pinging them, right? What's the purpose of playing out from the back and you're pinging long balls and you're losing the first ball and the second ball, right?
Bar Rasmus Højlund, nobody wants to go for the header or the second ball because Bruno stands there at an angle hoping the fucking other guy
Yeah.
gets it. Rashford jumps late. McTominay didn't even jump. You know, you've got to. Pep Guardiola goes, I didn't even know what the second ball was until I bloody came to England, and then he figured out how you're right. We've got to win the second ball,
Yeah.
and he fucking dominated. It's very basic. Me and you can see that from a very
Fuck me, yeah, we
um,
could. Sorry for
and
swearing,
these
man.
guys. You've got to question. You know what the manager's doing as well. Like the subs were late. The starting lineup was late. Not very good. It's just
No. Anyway, guys, welcome to the therapy session. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Let's bring in the next guest. Go all the way from Boston, USA. We have Football Power Hour. Poppy, how you doing? I don't know. I can see your face. Why the long horse face?
Forwards. Dull. Dull performance from the players. Dull from Eric Ten Hag. I'm starting to think he's not an intelligent manager. I'm starting to think like this guy's not wanting to learn from mistakes. I'm starting to feel like, bro, if you see a warning, react. Wan-Bissaka has been horrible all game.
He was.
Why is Wan-Bissaka still on? I understand that, okay, cool. Yeah, we've had injuries. Yeah, but expose the players then. Don't protect them. Why are you keeping Eriksen on the bench? You just mentioned, close Wan-Bissaka, you've closed Man United.
Yeah, no, 100%. I said
why can Ten Hag find another way, a different solution? If I understand, it's all turd FC right now. All 11 turds is what we saw today, and like the manager's job is to make the player minimize the player's weaknesses from actually being exploited.
Yeah.
And now we're playing into Brentford's hand. We're just like kicking, just as Bilal said, why are you launching the ball? Why? This tone was set from kickoff. There's set piece routines and there's kick-off routines. What was our kick-off routine today? Bruno passes it to a Man United player. He kicks it straight to Onana. Onana boots it forward.
Yeah.
That set the tone. How are you going to actually play for after like 2-3 minutes? That's when they realize, oh, we're not going to touch the ball unless we put it on the grass. And then you can start to actually try and play football. But everything was just shambolic. Everything was just extremely dull. I don't even know where we go from here. Like of course we know we need to clear out. But right now, I just want to focus on just this game and how the players did and how the managers did. And it was horrible to watch. Yeah. I don't know. The post was man of the match.
True. And putting your foot on the grass, you might as well smoked it, to be honest, because that's a better feeling.
Yeah, but just to add to that, Brentford had 4 players out from the back, and they played out through Man United every single time. They went through the middle, they had pass combinations, and they went straight through.
But if you look at their lineup, they had 4 in the middle. They played 3 in the back, 4 midfielders, and what we did play was haram. What I'm saying haram is to leave young Kobe Mainoo as a number 6 and Scott hide and seek.
Casper.
Right. Yeah, but seriously, Casper the Ghost. And honest to God, listen, every Tom, Dick, and Harry saw what was wrong. And I said in the second half in the halftime, I said, look, you need to react. You need to sub up McTominay, put in Eriksen, because obviously they isolated Bruno because he was the only creative outlet. And if you had put in another register, a ball player, that would be a totally different game. Plus, he knows Brentford. He knows Thomas Frank's system. So why he didn't do that? Fuck me. I agree with you saying, Poppy. I have a little bit echo from you. Anyway, guys.
Let me fix it.
Yeah. Big up y'all, Malmin. I felt like the house falling into me and crushed me. Yeah, that's what we all feel. Evo Bossage is here. Scumbag FC doing what Scumbag FC do. Yeah, I hear you. Edward Reed, what you're saying here. This is why I am Ten Hag out. Well, I'm doubt in a way. I've never been in or out. I just want to keep the pressure on. Garbage, Coventry, piss all over us. Dead man's football. I agree. This was a piss poor performance as per my headline. Piss poor. Shame on you. I mean, I'd rather not have this international break and keep the momentum going. But 2 weeks, or is it? What was it? 1 week since we we played, or was it 10 days, right? How can you drop this slow, right? From
Yeah.
actually beating Liverpool with 4-3, and then you go and play Brentford like this? Come on, man. Seriously. Ivan Toney was the only threat forward, and he didn't even have his, he wasn't even calibrating. Dude, I'm pissed off too. Like, I know you're pissed off. We are not winning versus Brentford because I know this team is bollocks, and it is. So, guys, I got a confession to make because it's been a very hard season for me mentally as well. You try to stay positive, and this is what this team does to you, right? You get a little bit of a snippet of a great performance, great win, because it's Liverpool. You switch on, and then you go away and play this lower league table, and you absolutely pull a stinker. There's no consistency. What is that all about, Bilal? Why do you think that they turn up to the office when it matters, but when he actually comes to the push comes to shove, when you actually need those extra 3 points, they totally fucking switch off?
Firstly, most of them players are fucking shit. Number one, right? Number two is their attitude stinks because they turn it on when they want and then they turn it off. The manager is fucking got no chance because like this, they've done this to so many managers before. They're gonna fucking kill this one off as well. It's just a fucking joke. Like
Yeah,
I
man.
don't understand how the fuck can we keep losing 50-50s and second balls to a fucking team that's about to get relegated.
Yeah, it's facts, Bilal. 100% facts. Lindelof and Varane out now as well. Like, Papi, ain't no fucking, hot water tap. Like, you can switch on hot, cold, because that's what it is, right?
Yeah. It's almost like we try, and it feels like we try and adjust to the level of the team that we're playing. If the team is quote unquote shitty, we start off shitty. We try and play shitty, and we were, like, we were almost fortunate to have a smash and grab. It felt
Even
like we were almost. If here's the thing, here's what I want to say. If Brentford didn't equalize, we would be here having another result that skews our judgment on this team. Right now, the truth of the matter is everybody was horrible. I think maybe Kobe Mano can go out with his head held up high and be like, you know what, lad, you did good. You did all right. I
Yeah.
can't fault him for today. But
Bilal.
everybody else was just like, who put in a Manchester United type performance today?
Yeah. Listen, even if we had won 1-0 today, my tone wouldn't be different what it is right now, because that would be lucky if we got the 1-0. But when you can't even fucking defend your 1-0 lead for 2 minutes, you got to leak like a sill. Come on.
We don't
Van
deserve.
Bissaka for me was absolutely bullshit, crap, shit crazy today. Van Bissaka against Liverpool was a world-class Van Bissaka. Put in a 9 out of 10, almost gave him the man of the match. But today, fuck me, that was a stinker, right? I just don't understand, man. I don't understand. I was supposed to do the player ratings here to vote man of the match, but there's no point of doing that. Big up, Mark. How you doing? Are you still positive? Oh, we got 2 football power hours here.
I'm still positive, yeah, but I'm kind of disappointed with the performance, to be fair. Like, I feel like, I was expecting the players to come out and perform better. I expected a better performance from Marcus Rashford, seeing that his England place is in doubt. I expected a better performance. Even when I saw Scott McTominay on the starting lineup, I was like, I hope he performs well, because at the end of the day, I feel like there's not much better left. Like, we could have had Eriksen on the field today, but, it might have been worse in the midfield today, because he doesn't really have the legs. I feel like it felt like a loss, but we draw. You know what I mean? So we didn't drop. We dropped 2 points. We still gained a point. We should have had a better game. But man, these players have been doing the same thing for the last 4 years, most of them. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do I blame the manager when I know these players before him were rubbish? You know what I mean? It's like, it's the same thing over and over again, bro. Same thing over and over again.
Yeah. Listen, guys, sorry for being a little bit dark and negative right now, but you got a point where you're saying there is positive, there's negatives. And I just can't figure out, for the love of life, like, how can you be so inconsistent, right? 1 week you put in like, world class performance, and the next week you're just totally dog shit. Bilal,
Bro,
talk to us.
It's fucking hell. It's the same shit every week. Honestly, I just can't put my finger on this. It's bad
No.
attitude. Players think they're better than what they are. The manager has to take responsibility as well. I've come to the conclusion that he's not going to fucking last now. I can't see how we get a result at Chelsea playing like that. And
Well,
we've got Liverpool next Sunday, who'll be up for a fucking fight. Will be up for a revenge. Even if we get through them next two games, we just are so inconsistent that if you're Ineos looking at this, in my opinion, you'll be thinking, fucking hell, we spent 400 million here, and it looks worse than before. And I think they'll just look at this and think it's a clean sweep. But there are players, if we look at today's game as a whole, there are senior players on the pitch that need to fucking have a bit of fucking game IQ when they're playing, right? Bruno Fernandes, fucking keep the ball, stop playing forward when it's not on. Rashford, you don't have to take your man on, keep rotating the ball, recycle the ball, take the pressure off you. It's just fucking again and again and again and again, and everyone's at fault. I just think they'll clean sweep the whole thing. It's fucking hell. It's basically like I said at the start of the show. It's like when Solskjaer was sacked and Ralph Ragnick came in. We've gone back to that point. We're exactly at that same point again. Everyone's down-tooled. It's really, really poor. Like, how much can that defense do?
I don't really think is everyone down in tools, Bilal. I'm not going to blame the international break, but it kind of feel to me today like some of the players just not up to the tempo that we had the last week. There was more like they're on international duty still this week in this game. I mean, like, I'm mad at it, to be fair. I just like you, but I still feel like even if Sir Jim and them, if as a football head, if you're watching this game, I think the players are more a problem than the manager, because at the end of the day, these players have been doing this for years. And I keep saying that. So, like, even though I feel like because of their performances, it will look bad on Erik ten Hag, I still feel like, if you look at it objectively, Erik ten Hag can't, do much better than he's doing with this squad, who has a track record of doing it every 18 months. You know what I mean? Yeah. At the end of the day, we spend 400 million, but badly. You understand what I'm saying, bro? So, like, we can't always blame our manager or players.
Mark, I have to disagree with you, Mark. I have to disagree. I'm sorry, because you can't tell me out of all the people that are receiving a salary from Manchester United right now, we can't put 11 players on a pitch that can actually compete.
I mean, you watch
Brentford. If you can't go to the GTEC Stadium,
bro, listen, I don't even know why you even that upset, bro. But to be fair,
I never
bro,
heard. Listen,
I see the same thing from these players for the last 4 seasons, bro. It's the same majority of the squad. I've seen them done that, bro. We could say don't play them, but they are senior players at the end of the day, and they have a contract obligation.
Mark, I never heard Poppy scream and being angry before. So when he does it, that means something. And Vicky, big up to you. Why are you mad about the title? United was actually piss poor. Are we going to lie about it? They were piss poor and they bottled it today. That is the fact, and that is realist TV. You got to call it out. Is there one thing positive out of this game? Is it? Onana was positive. Varane was
escaped today. He had a poor game as well.
Varane was fucking good today as well until he
Varane was decent.
Knocked out.
Dalot was very good today too as well, to be fair.
Listen, we cannot hide, and that's the thing. So at the end of the day, like, this is one of these we've been here before, right? Nothing reactionary to it. It's just realistically looking at it. Not going to sugarcoat it. Why should we? Why should we sugarcoat it? But if we got to look at some positives, what would you take out of this game?
We draw.
We drew.
The positive is, you fucking got it.
That's the only positive.
That should have been 7-8-0, though.
In a way, like, bro, like, we wasn't off to the races today. Like Bilal was saying earlier, Marcus Rashford, bro, done nothing whole game. Like, you can't be getting into the box and not even taking a shot for the first 25, 35 minutes. You had like 6-8 touches in the box, bro. You know what I mean? Different occasions. Look at it from the perspective, Bruno being forced to take shots because nobody else taking shots. You're not even creating a pass for the striker as a winger. You know what I mean? It's like, you're looking at the game and all the play going down the left. So you have all the control of the game. So you're not even setting a proper tone with some productivity. You know what I mean? Garnacho had an off game tonight. He was trying, and I don't know if he was trying too much, but his touches, his second touch on the ball was getting away from him each and every time. It was one of those things. So like a lot of players having bad performances. Yeah, we have players on the bench, but does it truly make a difference? Like, yeah, we could try something different, try the different players on the box, on the bench.
Can I go back to an angry? Can I go back to an angry Papi? Because I cannot see the forest from the trees here. From a reactionary standpoint, as a manager, you see that it's not working in the first half. They keep swarming us and you don't do fuck all, right? The only positive thing is, why does it have to come to the extra time that you switch on, right? Why? You score that goal. Big up Mason Mount for coming in and scoring 100%. But then again,
Mason Mount should have been on at half time.
Yep. Yeah, but we already know with the minutes and injury players, bro. You know how they just get bleed into the team with 20, 30 minutes. There is always be that kind of trajectory. So that, like, for me, I already expected that, because this has been the case with all players coming back from injury. They get drip fed back into the team. I know I'm mad at that because you know what? Look, Lindelof went off injured today, so we lost another defensive option. Right? What if Mason Mount had started today and had to come and came off injured? We lost Mason Mount. Ten Hag would be at fault for that. If Casemiro started today, went off injured, he at fault for that again. We would be all ripping into Ten Hag saying he's not learning his lesson. You know what I mean?
Listen. Let Papi talk. I gotta mute him, Mark.
Just because I'm at work, I have to jump into work right now. But here's the thing. For me, two things were apparent today that I want to point out. Tactical IQ, right? One, tactical. If you know how Brentford play, Brentford score a lot of their goals from just set pieces. They're a physical team. That's one thing. And what were we doing? Like Bilal mentioned at the beginning, we talked about this at the beginning of the stream. It's like our set piece routine, our kickoff routine set the tone. Now, if you're a manager, you have a plan, you make a plan with your team, and then you go on the pitch, you see that the plan is not working. Your job is to get up and also have something called coaching from the sideline. That he's weak at that. Today, there was no, I don't, maybe the camera didn't pan to Ten Hag, saying instructions, but say something. Tell them, put the ball on the ground. Tell them, build up. If you are going to prepare your team to play on the break, then make the Brentford defense line come to you. So you create space for Rashford. This guy was weak today. And I'm starting to feel like we got confused by the Eredivisie accolades that he got over there. Because like right now, Ten Hag, it's not looking good. I'll end on that, guys. Big up, Jobs.
Okay, big up.
Big up. Guys, don't hit the like button.
Big up, Papi. Thank you so much. I never seen this guy angry before. Jarvis, you have the floor.
Hello, sir. Yeah, I didn't catch you guys the first 10 minutes, so I'm not sure what's been up. So I'm just gonna say. From a tactical point of view, I hear you talk about Ten Hag, but how can Ten Hag make the players run more in a way, an effort, that comes without saying. He can set up the tactics, lay the foundation for what to do, and tell them, okay, we should move there and pass there and do whatever, but, when we lose 9 out of 10 duels, it's not on Ten Hag. It's about the players' mentality. And the thing is, we know it's this mentality because we saw them shine against Liverpool. We saw them. We saw how good they can be when they can rise to the occasion, but they can also plummet to the occasion. And it's the usual suspects. Ralph Rangnick talked about this so many times. It's the same players. I'm not going to mention any names, but we know who they are. And they have been here too long, and they need
time to go.
It's time to go. They choose to show up when you play against Liverpool or big teams, and we coming up against Brentford. It's like, why bother? Why do I have to put my body on the line? Why do I have to put out my foot when a Brentford player comes flying? I don't want to risk the injury. It's not that important of a game. It's like this mentality of these guys. I hate this Man United team sometimes because they do this. We all saw it against Liverpool. And you know, we as fans, we don't deserve players like them. They should not play with the red shirt, with this badge, Man United badge. They
Listen,
yeah.
everyone has been saying that, oh, Scott McTominay is 60K. You know, are we going to extend his contract, give him another 3-year contract, bumping up to 120? I said, fuck no. Enough is enough already, right? We need world-class players, okay? You can come in from the bench, but to start this motherfucker in and out. I saw him again. I was watching him, and he was jogging, leaving acres of space, right? While they're bombing forward, he was like still on the fucking sideline of their half, hardly leaving the 6-yard box. He's done so many times. I'm not going to scapegoat, but I'm not going to. If you don't want to call out the players, I said Scott McTominay needs to go. Rashford needs to go. Who else needs to go here? Even doubtful that Bruno Fernandes will survive this cut.
Yeah, Mick, there's no use mentioning names today after this performance, because there was 15 players on the pitch who didn't perform. Only Onana was good today.
And
Rest of
Varane.
them, you know, when you come back and you show an effort like this, you know, you can't play a Premier League game without giving 100%. If you drop down to 90%, then you're gone. You know, you have nothing to do, because the level of this league is this high. It's this high. You know, it's not like this. We're not playing the Bundesliga. No disrespect, but we're not playing the Bundesliga or Serie A. You know, it's the Premier League. Every team is world class in a way.
Bilal, I'm going to get to you, because if you really look at the bench, and yeah, you can point fingers on Ten Hag and his ineptness in game management, but really, you look at the bench. Casemiro that came in, he's been out injured, right? Licha been out injured as well, right? Who would you have thrown in instead? At the end of the day, Lisandro Martinez went out. Varane was a precautionary. You throw in Harry Maguire that's just come back from injury as well. I mean, at the end of the day, this have can only gone one way. Like, either we nicked the goal 1-0 or we just had a draw. So actually, when you look at it, a draw, it's not bad after all. We come away with the fucking draw here. We're lucky.
My point is a bit before that point. My point is, at the start of the game, they would have said the tactics are, if they press us, we're going to go long. And the manager must have had confidence to think that we can win the ball in the air and the second ball.
Yeah,
I have not United. I have not seen United win the second ball of a ball in the air the whole season. So my point is, why were they fucking doing that? Because you keep getting turned over. So by the time you got to halftime, you could see the midfield was non-existent, because Bruno and McTominay were really struggling, and you got Kobe Minu who they doubled up on every time. At that point, you have to make a change. And the problem with Ten Hag is he sticks to one system. If you remember, under Oli, we would change systems where we would go to a 3 at the back or a 5 at the back. Here, we stick to one system, and like others have said, this isn't fucking Germany where you're going to get away with it. That was a team that was getting relegated or could get relegated, and they played us off the pitch. So you have to be tactically aware. And if a player is on the bench, he's good enough to come on at least at halftime.
Yeah, 100%. Guys, VR room, there's like 200 of you tuning in. So please smash the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't. And Jarvis,
yeah, I just want to.
You want to finger this? You want to finger this?
I just want to touch on what Bilal said, and he's right when it comes to the formation, and we struggled today playing against a back 3 or a back 5, whatever you want to call it. We Ten Hag didn't show any tactical flexibility. He came with a little bit of the same setup as we did against Liverpool. He tried the same tricks. Exactly. When Rashford had the ball, Garnacho crossed over, and we tried to make an overload on Rashford's side. But you know, when you have a back 3 and a midfield 5, or they just push people over, and we don't get the overload. So we didn't have any outs. And when we had the ball, we had no openings, and we were back to, for example, Rashford trying to dribble for himself, and Garnacho trying to dribble for himself, and there were no space, no movement, no off-the-ball movement. We were just standing still because there were no place to run, because they were too packed in the middle. So
And just sorry
do
to add in, Jarvis, they were really slow when they had the ball. It was like they were walking pace.
this is what was my next thing. How to break down a low block with no space. You have to
Movement.
keep the ball tempo, movement, and precision, and we didn't have any of them today. So that's very bad. But I'm not sure if it's on Ten Hag or it's on the players. I tilt to think it's on the players today. They didn't look bothered at all. So for me, I give Ten Hag a little bit of a free pass today because of the effort from the players.
Yeah, I saw
But they
Kobe
could have done
Maino.
more. Yeah.
I saw Kobe Maino receiving the ball and looking up, and there was no movement. I saw Rashford receiving the ball and stopping the counterattack and stopping and looking up and holding on the ball without passing.
If Rashford doesn't get an overlap, he's shit. Without Shaw's overlap, the guy's shit. He is not good enough to dribble or fucking do anything. You have to give him an overlap. If I know that sitting here, how the fuck? And the thing is, Wan-Bissaka's not even left-footed, so he has to then adapt his game, thinking that I'm not going to get an overlap. I might play 1-2s, get inside, do something different. But and he's the one with the piss poorest attitude on the pitch.
Facts. You mentioned something there. I don't know if you agree. I find that the partnership with Rashford and Luke Shaw, it's vital for Rashford. It's always been, right? This is how Rashford grew up playing. So the absence of Shaw has made his game even poorer. Would you agree with that, or is it just? I see Marcus.
I agree. I agree with what you're saying there. But at the same time, how? This is the question I would like to ask. How could we base his best performances on a partnership with one left back? So what we're saying is that if he's never playing with Shaw, he's never going to be good. That's basically what we're saying here. And I don't like, and bro, for me, it's just so terrible, bro. It's just so terrible that that's the case, because it's true. Like, I don't disagree with that, right? Because he really does perform better when Shaw is there. But at the same time, bro, we can't afford to have a winger who is the star of our team that could only perform when there's one left back playing behind him. That's mad.
The thing is, to add to that, his game's not evolved. Every year teams figure you have to evolve your game. And that's his big problem. Like we said, unless Shaw plays and gives him constant overlaps with speed, where you get that quick second where there's a gap and he can do something, he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, no, 100%. Guys, you will have your vengeance. Listen, I thought about not doing it, but we have to do it. It's going to be quick. It's going to be brutal. And I want you guys in the VR room to be involved. In the Q&A pinned, you have the player ratings. Let's do this very quickly, very swift, brutal, as honest as possible. This is the only way you guys can have a say as well. I want to do this, and I don't want to do this, but we have to, right, Jarvis? Let's do it.
Yeah, we can do it. It's okay. Yeah.
All right. So this is the time when you fans have a say to rate the players. Forget about what they're saying in BT Sports or Sky or whatever. This is your chance to say, right? So get your votings in right here, right now. The link is actually pinned in the Q&A on the link, but I will post it here as well. Let's do this. All right. Cool and composed. Andrew Onana, for me, fuck me, he was good today. So many shots he stopped, to be honest. So easy, one of the man of match contenders for me, guys. So any words from you guys?
Yeah, I think he's been brilliant since he's come back from the African Nations Cup. So I thought he was solid again today. He couldn't do anything on the goal.
Alex Green said, can we talk about Brexit or something else? Yeah, I agree. Onana was 9. Onana was 8 according to Lucky Singh.
I'll give him a 7.
Onana
I
7.
give Onana 8, to be fair.
So 8 then. Yeah, I thought he was really good.
Yeah,
I think
I
he's
have
been
an
solid.
average. I have an average of 6, 7, and 8. Jarvis, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'll give him an 8. I think he was really good today.
Yeah.
We saw his shot stopping ability.
I agree.
He was a little bit off on playing out from the back. I think he chose the wrong options a couple of times, trying to be too direct. I don't know why he was too direct. I think we should have taken down the ball and played more on the ground and passed the ball around. But we chose to be more direct, and Onana is partly in fault of that because he tried to play too direct out from the back. So that's a little bit minus, but I give him a good 8 for shot stopping.
He had four saves, to be honest, and the goal that win was not his fault. That was the sleeping of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So 8, I agree with you guys. Boom, I smashed an 8. You guys agree? You total score today is 7.8. Dalot, again, what a player! What a play he has become this season. He's been carrying this back four while others been injured, been fit himself. Guys, I want to hear from you. They got a low.
I give Delo a 7 today. I think he was very good, consistent throughout the whole game. Well, up until he got the headbutt from Mopai, which he was kind of drop his performance a little bit. But to be fair, best player on the field after Onana for me.
Yeah. Bilal?
Yeah, I would say 5-6 around about there.
Right. Jarvis?
Yeah, I give him a 6. I think it was okay today, but I thought it was better in the aerial duels. He lost a lot of aerial duels against Visa today, and Lewis Potter was having a blast on Dalot's side. So it's not a good game, but it was okay.
Some people, Nico says 6. A lot of people say 7. I don't have 6.5, but I'll go with the 7 to see a chance to see what you guys are saying as well in the VR room and people watching the stream. I pull a 7 to see. Yeah, I was wrong and you guys were right. There was a 6 at the end of the day. Victor Lindelof pulled the hamstring. I don't know. I was expecting Leacher to start, but it was a little bit too early to throw him in. So Lindelof did what Lindelof did. He defended. He was trying to move bomb forward. He got his injury. A solid 6 for me, guys. Yeah, a lot of people. Jordan, you're Swedish, I know. It's 9.
I give Lindelof a 5 today. I feel like he could have done a little bit better with some of defending positions, But all in all, he goes up against Ivan Toney, who's a lot more physical than he would ever be as a player. So it was always going to be a tough day for him.
Yeah, I go with the 6 at the end of the day because I thought he did well against Ivan Toney as well, at least in the first half. Jarvis, you agree?
Nah, I give him a 5.
5,
I
yeah.
think he always looks shaky. It makes me nervous.
If he's a 7, fucking Varane should be 10 then.
Oh, no. Okay. I'm overrated. 5. Yeah. Today's score is 5, 100%. You're spot on. Rafael Varane, solid.
Good.
He was solid. Good. I would say he was solid today. 6 or 7 for me.
Yeah, 6 or 7, easy.
7, easy, or 8. Defensively, he handled Tony really well. They took him off for precautionary. If you could see the camera angle,
he was exceptional in the air as well. He was very, very good. It's just overall game. You can see he's a top. It's just a shame we got him a bit towards the end of his career.
Yeah,
true.
A lot of people. You're saying Alex Green is saying 7, Red J 7, Varane 8, Nico says 8. Right. I thought he was solid, and it was one of the best players until he, walked out. So, okay, 7 then.
Yeah.
All right, I pulled the trigger. 7, 6.3 according to the scores. Oh my God, I love you, AVB, but not today. I start with Mark. I see you're in agony.
I thought he was off the game entirely today. To be fair, I would have liked him to be subbed, but when I look at the bench, I didn't think there's anybody really going to come on in the left back and really provide that cover against Wisa. And it was him being lax against Wisa that caused us a lot of problem because Wisa was kept cutting in and getting into the middle and, creating space for Tony. I feel like Wan-Bissaka wasn't going forward. When he was going forward, he was making good runs, but his passes were always under hit, loose. careless. Most of the game is like he was just wasn't up for it today, and
He
it was
was-
disappointing to watch because even if
His
I think Dalot is a better defender. I think Wan-Bissaka as a tackler is the best in our team, one of the best in the league. And he wasn't really putting in any tackles on Wisa. I felt like he was just there.
Everything was off today. Like, his
Yeah.
passes, the loose balls, giveaways. It was just not.
He is
I mean, it
playing
was
on the
bad.
wrong side as well, and he's very one-sided as well.
Yeah, but he
True,
played. He
from
played
the
on
last
that
two
side
games on
against
the left he
Liverpool.
played, he was
was
pretty
brilliant.
good. It wasn't.
Yeah.
And
But in the last game against Liverpool, he was more expected to defend. Here, he was expected to bring something going forward, where I felt the problem was with him. They should have maybe switched him on the side because Dalot can play left as well, a bit better than Varane. But
They should switch them.
yeah, I thought they might have given them a switch. I thought Ten Hag going to make that switch, but I gave with Wan-Bissaka a 4 today because I think a lot of the problems we had was due to his positioning and how he was performing today.
Yeah, he was out of position.
Too lax. He was too lax today.
Jarvis, do you agree? He was out of position, and
Yeah, I think you are being too harsh on Wan-Bissaka. I think he was okay today. I think he had the same type of game as Dalot in a way. He was good going forward. The problem was everything stood still, and especially Rashford, he is not bothered. He didn't move. So Wan-Bissaka was forced to do it by himself and dribble. He had a lot of dribbles today. He went past his man, I think, 3 to 4 times with the ball. And it has a little bit to do because he's on the left side. He's a right footer. It's not as easy to play on the one touch. So he takes a little bit longer time. But after all, I think he was okay for me. I give him a 6.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. Listen, you got a point there that he was actually bombing forward, but there was no runners either. Like, he got stuck, and he had to stop. And when you get to that point, you just got to get rid of the ball, and they ended up going the wrong way, unfortunately. So yeah, you got a point there, guys. But anyway, we got to judge him, and you're the only one giving him a high score. Majority of you guys here is 5, 4. I don't remember Bissaka 3-4. And to be fair, I don't agree with you, Jarvis, but that's your opinion.
Okay.
I will.
wasn't he at fault for the goal as well?
Yeah, he was fault for the goal as well. I'll give him a 4, guys.
No. It's not. It's obviously Martinez's fault of the goal. He's way too passive, and Ivan Toney dribbles him like this. It shouldn't even happen. That's on Martinez. I think the goal.
All right. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what we say; it's what the voters are saying. So I go with you. I pull a 5 to see what happens. 4.3. So a lot of people gave him a score below almost. Kobe Mainoo, what could have he done in the first half? I think it was a wise idea to take him out. So I thought it was wrong to put him in as a single holding midfielder in this game, being totally, exposed. Why?
Yeah, I thought it was it was probably his worst game in a United shirt. But he is really young. You have to remember that with him. He's played, it's a lot of expectation. I think he had an injury. I think he was about a 5, in my opinion. I gave
Kobe a 6.
Anything bad.
Yeah, I think he's 6. I mean, he was he's not injured. He was coming back from an illness, in a way.
Oh, illness was it? Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think he just wasn't as energetic as normally he would be, because I felt like he was a little bit off pace a little bit, but I think he did decent. Like I can't say he put a lot of foot wrong, so I had to say I give him a 6 because he was basically solid. Normally he's always a little bit above average, so I think we got used to him performing at a really high level consistently. So today he wasn't really at that level, but still he was better than McTominay. He was at least decent for me, so I gave him a 6.
I agree. Jarvis, agree with the 6?
Yeah, I think Mainoo was one of our better players. It's hard for him because he was up against Mike Jensen, and they had Tony right behind him and Ruslev on one side. So he was kind of boxed in with the 3 really aggressive players. But he's composed, so every time he's on the ball, he did his job okay. So I give him a 6.
6, right? 6. Yeah, it's Simon's twins, but the voters are saying 6.1 as well, equal. Now, guys, Scott McTominay, dude, Where's McTominay today? Are we
You
gonna
know,
be quick and brutal?
Yeah, I think I think he's becoming the Marwan Fellaini for fucking Ten Hag. He's purely on the pitch to score, get him a goal. It's just this is fucking. He's only on there because he thinks he can score a goal.
True.
He was a flea. He was
100%.
terrible.
Yeah.
He was. He's
The
not a
worst
starter.
performance
He's
I've
just
seen
not a
from today,
starter.
to be fair.
All right, Jarvis,
Four.
yeah.
Four.
are you?
Can
I
I give him a
a
2?
4. We could
Can I
give him
give
a
him
2 as well, bro. 'Cause I
Yeah,
gave him a
you
4.
can give him a
I
one.
think he stinks when he's on the pitch. But
He,
why
he had a
he was on the pitch for all that time? You know, he was useless. He was wasteful on the ball. He has a pass completion 70%. That's way below average. He's hot potato every time he's on the ball. He's too erratic. He didn't even win all his aerial duels. Wasn't in control in what he should be best at. So no, a bad game from him.
Mick, and to play in that position, you need to play on the half turn.
Mm.
He fucking can't even play on the half turn.
Yeah.
He honestly, he just
He
reminds me
doesn't
of
spin out.
Fellaini. At
You
least
don't know. You don't know what's behind him. You know, he can't play on the
doesn't
half
even play
turn.
in half turn. He's too flat.
Just go back and watch the game. How many times is he caught jogging, like in
In
slow
my
motion,
opinion,
like it's
Ericsson
Baywatch,
would have been a better option.
like it's Baywatch? I be ready. No, I'm not ready. It's like,
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
and that's what you get with McTominay. No. Sometimes, like, if we get money in this summer, I just sell him. To be honest, I don't want to be entertained. This notion, you've been in far too long in the club. Yeah, you're a good professional. You speak the talk. You talk the talk, and you understand what it's all about. But if we want to move forward, we will never win titles with this kind of place in the squad as well, right? Unfortunately, today it wasn't. I'm not going to be nice, so I'm going to pull a 2. No agenda, FC, because
Vegeta in the background, Mick. You want to bring him in, let him have his say? I see you all in ding 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 here, so maybe you want to give a little bit of
who?
Vegeta. He's in the
Oh,
background.
Vegeta.
Big up, bro.
Hey, how's it, guys?
Yeah, not bad. When you
Yeah,
pull
no,
the
no.
trigger,
Yeah, I was just saying, no, McTominay, I gave him 1. He was Casper the Ghost. I didn't see him today. At certain times during the live stream, I had to keep asking, is McTominay still on the pitch? Is he still on the pitch? Is he affecting the
Wow.
game? Does he still play for Man United? What's
but
going
it's
on
too.
here?
Is it harsh to give somebody a 1?
No, it's not. Do you know what it is? We can't keep saying that they had a shit game and then we're going to give them 6s and 5s. And no.
Okay, you have the backing by this chat here as well.
Yeah, I
Jarvis,
think he deserves it.
Jarvis, you have the final say. Do I have your backing blessing? Shall I press 1 or 2?
I stand on my 2. I'll give me my 1. Okay, what? Okay.
Okay, I'll give a 2.
Whatever.
That's too harsh.
Yeah.
Oh, 1.7, guys.
Not fair. We're not far off. We're not far off.
Not far off. Not far off. Bruno today wasn't his game. He was man marked and couldn't get out of the trap. And this is what I was saying. We could have thrown in another creative play instead of Bruno to help Bruno to do this game. But there was no runners, and Bruno was actually running away and did that pass towards Højlund, who almost buried it. So, yeah, but I don't know. I think he had a bad game.
I think he was average today. I gave him a 6.
5.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a 4 or 5 from the guys on the panel. I don't know how they're thinking, but I feel like he wasn't able to play his game. I feel like, he was really boxed out of the game mostly, but, maybe 1 or 2 instances he lost the ball, but for the most part, I felt he was productive when he had the opportunities and, when he did have the chance. Normally, he creates a lot more. But yeah, the whole team, man, like everybody was like a bit off the game today.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Big up, Alex, for your super sticker. I think it is. I don't know what this is. 079. Is that a become a member or is it a super sticker?
No, it's a super sticker. Big up, Alex.
Sticker.
Thanks,
Big up,
Alex, for your super sticker. Never seen a super sticker here before. All right, super sticker. Let's pull the trigger. Rushmano said Bruno was poor 4. Bruno, Angie saying Bruno 3. Big up Angie as well.
Angie's mad tonight.
I said 4 as well.
4.
for
And
okay.
you know what? It's not even just on him.
Yeah,
That's the
you're equal par, guys. We equal par. All right, spare me, guys. Hey, Jarvis, take over from this one.
Jarvis,
No.
this is for you, Jarvis,
People
because
think
you
I
already
have
know what I would say.
They think I have a Rashford agenda. I don't. But today he was terrible, and I don't know what's going on with Rashford. Why can't he just get back to his usual form from last season? You know, he was scoring goals
Well,
almost every game, and now every time he's on the pitch, it looks like he looks terrible. He has spells like bits and pieces. He had 20, 25 minutes against Liverpool, was good, but now he had nothing today. Nothing.
yeah.
And he looks clueless sometimes. He had no creativity on the ball. He doesn't know what to do. And you some I don't know who said it, but he looks off when Shaw is not on the pitch because he
I said that.
needs an overlap or an underlap. He
Yeah.
needs movement around him to make it work, to make him some extra space because he needs
Listen,
more time.
people, I'm very cool and composed right now because I'm thinking. My thoughts is that Brentford had 31 shots on us, right? So what I'm saying, he had 31 shots in Belfast, for fucking hell. But the thing is, I think he's got a very good PR at the moment. His PR is magnificent. They came coming out, oh yeah, he's broke up with his missus, and this happened to this, and he need to go and load off some steam, so that's why he went to Belfast. And how long is a piece of string?
Mick,
Bro, they just string on this how to be God-given silk.
Anthony gets a lot of flack, right? But fucking maybe he's shit, right? We get it with Anthony, but at least he fucking puts in a bit of effort, right? Rashford doesn't even fucking do that. He just floats around thinking he's prime fucking Zinedine Zidane, just floating around the pitch, thinking he's fucking some serious Ballon d'Or winner. The guy's fucking shit.
But honestly, he must be having good PR, what I'm saying, or he's very protected from the club.
The PR is impeccable. Can I be honest? I don't think we've got football players. I think we've got football influencers. This feels more like the real house husbands of Manchester United FC than it does football players, to be honest.
Wow.
Because they'll choose which episodes they're going to play in. They'll choose which episodes they don't want to play in. They'll choose which episodes they're going to tweet. They're going to choose which episodes they're not going to play for Eric. I'm tired. Like Rashford. Honestly, PSG should just buy Luke Shaw as well, if that's the case. If they need both, it should just be a 2-for-1 deal.
Oh, yeah, put it on my prayers, bro. I swear, it's Easter. I'm praying hard for these things to happen in the summer, bro. I don't even need 75 million, bro. I just want 60. 60, bro. Go.
And sprinkle in a little bit of Luke Shaw. I think it's a sweet deal for them,
Sweetener, right? A little bit of a sweetener in your coffee there.
Bro, if they give me 75, I will drive Luke Shaw there as a package deal.
Jarvis, the PR must be impeccable. He's very protected by somebody in the club. He's one of the asset star boys. So he's probably thinking he can get away with it, right? He can get away with it no matter what kind of performance he's pulling. He's getting away with it. We got to pull the trigger, guys. Anyway, so you there?
Yep.
3.
I'm here.
3, 2, 1, 4,
2.
I'll even take a 2.
I take a 2. Okay.
Deux
points. Marcus Rashford, PSG.
2 points.
2 points. 2 points.
Deuces.
Oh, yeah. Good. 2.3. I feel sorry for Højlund. He got one shot on target. Again, we're not fucking feeding him. He's starving.
It's not his fault.
He was on fire. He had a, scoring streak, and then he got injured and back. And it's going to take another games to get back into action against him. But there's nothing he could have done. At the end of the day, he's trying to hold up the play. Shambolic. I'm not gonna be harsh on Rasmus, but any 5, I think.
6. I gave him a 6, bro. I can't blame him too much. Even when he get his chance, he somehow work it out of magic, bro. Like I feel like he was unlucky. I feel like if he had two more, created plays for him in this game, he would have had a goal for sure. Yeah, I don't think we could give him a 4, bro. Like as a striker, you need to get provision. So yeah, 5, 6, somewhere there. I'd rather give him something there.
Let's move on. It's late in the evening.
Are we allowed to slate young players?
Was
Yeah.
that?
because he had a terrible game today. You know, I love Rasmus Højlund, but he had a terrible game
Yeah,
today.
indeed.
He was boxed in by three midfielders, and you could clearly see that he's young and unexperienced. He didn't know how to handle it. He tried to wrestle with his body. He was up against three mid center backs. He lost almost every duel. He lost every aerial duel. He couldn't do anything with the ball. Today was
It was
so
poor.
tough working working
Well,
conditions for us.
I didn't want to. I don't want to
It's not
see
it's
him.
not good. I love the guy. I'm trying to be nice, but today was a really bad game. You know,
We are
he doesn't
realists.
deserve more than a 3 at max.
Yeah, we got to be real. No, 3. Okay, fuck you. 3.
Too low, bro. Dara,
Yeah, but that was
three
punching
is
the
real
nuts.
low, bro. All right,
All right.
all right. Fair
I
enough.
don't know
Fair
what you
enough.
guys give him. How do you rate him? Did you what did he do today that was good?
Just one shot on target, but he was living on scraps. And 150 of you tuning in, so it means that you like it. Please vote and
Back off this one. I'll back off. I'll back
Okay.
off this one. We could go. We could meet at a 4, Jarvis. I feel we could. meet
I'm
at
going
a
with
4.
Jarvis. I'm going with Jarvis. I'm pressing a 4 and see what the outcome will be. 4.1. So yeah, we're close. Garnacho, the same.
I feel like he was trying too hard, but carrying the ball. I feel like his touch for some reason was just off. His second touch on the ball every time he get the ball, it was just
He's
off.
tired,
But
jet lag.
he was trying to be productive, you know, and it just wasn't working for him today. I don't know. Like,
Everyone
No,
had
awful
shit
game.
there.
conflicted with
Three.
him.
He had an awful game. It was 3.
He wasn't that shit. I gave him a 4.
Nah,
Sorry, guys.
he had an awful
Come on,
game.
guys.
He
I
had an
think he
awful-
was as
Yeah,
bad
see,
as
I was
Rashford
right.
today,
See,
man.
bada bing, bada boom. It was a 4, eh?
I give you an
Four.
example of Garnacho. We had one instance in the first half where he was chasing the ball all the way from our 18-yard line to the goalkeeper on the other side, full sprint. And 1 minute later, Lewis Potter had a counter attack transition for Brentford, and he couldn't run. You know, he couldn't run after him because he
Okay.
was tired. And this is what you get from young players because they don't know how to preserve their energy and what's important and what's not important. And this is typical Garnacho young players, and he needs to learn this thing of the game when to use his strengths.
100% Jarvis.
Yeah,
100%.
sure. Should you bring in Ivan Tony or not?
9. Never.
No, 9. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just
his quality is good. He's good.
Yeah.
What,
Not
you
for
meaning
United.
to United? No, I'm gonna respond in German and say yeah, of course, because the center forward market is not really that.
Yeah, but if we do that, we have to consider that we probably go and bin Rasmus Højlund career and development. You know
Sorry
what I
for
mean?
him. Then they must compete. What the heck?
listen. At the end of the day, it's not Rasmus Højlund's fault today. It's not. We got to move on to next, and that is Harry Slabhead Maguire that came in.
I thought he was
think
all
Maguire
right.
getting a
He
higher
was
score
good.
than them last two
Maguire was
fellas.
good.
You know?
Yeah,
Maguire
I thought he
was
was
good.
all right, Maguire.
I give him a
But
6.
I
I think he was
6.
good. Yeah.
I give him a
6
light
or
5.
5.
6 or
5.
5, that's doable. 6 or 5 doable.
All right. I want to wrap up the stream as quick as I can because this is 6. Okay. Boom.
6.
5.4, almost close. Anthony,
Just
DC
about the
match.
same. I'd give him a 5 or a 6. I think he was decent.
5. 5.1, good. Varane, the same. Didn't see much.
5, yeah.
Substitute. 5.
5 for
We're coming into
Casemiro.
this. Mason Mount
I
scores
came on to
fucking
7
goal.
today. I think he came one
give
on
him
one
a
right
6 or
fast.
7.
He's wearing the number 7, so he's got to have the 7, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that thought
Okay.
is gonna make me feel upset, you know, to be fair.
All right.
That's
7.
big
Yeah.
big game.
See? 7, number 7 here. Big up. Licha,
5.
Rusty.
4 or 5.
Rusty. I
Rusty.
feel like he was
fine.
rusty today. I gave him a 4 today.
4,
I'd say 5.
5. Jarvis?
No, he was totally off. Give him a 4.
Oh, 4.
Yeah, he was off. You know, we could see he haven't been playing football. He's been out for how many weeks? 7
2
weeks?
months. 2 months.
Yeah.
9 weeks to be fair, really. But
Yeah, no, listen, Mount got a 7 because everyone voted. So Licha, okay. I love Licha, but today you will have your moments where you have 7s and 8s again. 4.9, we were wrong. A lot of people gave him 5. Okay, the moment of truth. The manager.
I'm usually the Ten Hag Defense League, but I'll be honest today. I think
It's
it
very
wasn't.
painful to say
I
this.
think it wasn't a good day for him today. I feel
Nicht
like there were
gut.
some changes could have been made. I have to say that because at the end of the day, as much as I back him, I will call out the mistakes that I didn't disagree with. I feel like Wan-Bissaka and Dalot should have been switched at
Wait.
halftime.
You are the biggest Ten Hag pretender. What the hell?
Yeah, but I mean, I could call out some, something I didn't like. I still back in the manager, I'm not letting it be heard. Still Ten
Okay,
Hag
okay.
Defense League.
Just sweating.
THDL is
Just
here.
keep your sweating a bit.
Yeah.
Keep sweating.
But
Yeah.
I just had to say that I didn't like the performance today. I feel like he could have done better. He could have managed the game a bit better today, in my honest opinion. I would have liked him to switch, Dalo and Wan-Bissaka at halftime because I feel that might have provided a better solidity at the back for us. At the same time, I felt like we should have changed something in the midfield. I think certainly Scott McTominay should have been off at halftime, to be fair. I'll be honest. I was willing to see Mason Mount come in at the half, but when I think about his tactics with injured players, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to see Mount until maybe minute 70 or 80. Same thing with Casemiro. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I feel like he could have done better. So yeah, I would give him a 4 today because
That's
I
nice
feel like,
of you.
yeah,
That's
I
very
didn't
nice.
really like that.
That's very generous.
Run the table. Run
Have
the
you ever
table.
thought about how to break down if you play against 3 center backs? If nothing else works, why didn't he put in an extra striker? Try to play with 2 strikers against 3, just to give Højlund a little bit extra space. But he looks clueless sometimes, Ten Hag, and he doesn't have any creativity when it comes to in-game management. And we have seen this all season long and last season, and this is one of the biggest problems with Ten Hag. He can do changes, but they do subtle changes, just like small changes, and sometimes it works, but he never do bold stuff. Try to change the game. And I think a lot of Man United fans, myself included, wants that from our manager. We see Jurgen Klopp, for example, do this all the time. Try to do something else, trying to change up the game.
Jarvis,
But we just stand there and watch the game, and we are getting our ass kicked for 80 minutes, 85 minutes, and he doesn't do anything.
Solskjaer had 2 systems that he played. Where he would change in a match, and at halftime he would change systems. I'm not saying Solskjaer was, but here we're sticking to one system, which is causing issues, and it's too strict.
It's true.
It's true. I disagree there.
I just think the whole balance of the team to begin with was off when I saw the starting
Yes.
lineup.
True.
And then also the changes came too late into the game. That's why I feel like
100%.
I was undecided. It was between like a 3 and a 4. I just thought today was just completely off, his decision making.
It's like that song. I don't know who sings it, but with Christina Aguilera, "Say Something, I'm giving up on you." You know what I mean? It was what you said, Avigata. And we called it out, like, I do expect some changes in the midfield, but unfortunately we had an injury to Varane, so he had to start with to replace Varane with Maguire, which did all right. But what are you supposed to do here? We gave him high score against Liverpool. He switched it off a lot of times. He was reactionary that time, but this time I agree, too late. And
I think he gets a 3.
he gets a 4 for me. I don't know. I don't know.
No, he's
I'm tired. I'm
A 3 is
tired.
fair. A 3 is fair.
3 is fair.
I
Yeah.
A
agree
3
with
is
Bilal.
fair. A 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Eric needs to learn that this is not a cup game. It's the league. You're not going to always get until the 80th minute to make changes and maybe go into extra time.
Guys, it's no agenda. We're just judging what we see on the pitch here. So, yeah. If you're watching this in retrospect, we have no agenda. We're just judging it what we see.
As long as they see me here, they know it has no agenda because it's the Ten Hag Defense League, so you don't know.
You are the biggest defender. So, you to give him 3, then I pulled the 3.
Yeah, I
2.7, yeah.
can't argue with it because I gave him a 4. To be fair, that was my rating today. I gave him a 4. So
All right.
yeah,
Who is your man of the
3
match?
Is fair. 3 is fair.
Who's the man of the match? The goalpost? Onana?
Onana, for me, I gave him my star today. I think his performance was nothing short of what we expect from a United goalkeeper for the last 5 games, I think I can't even say something bad about him. You know, I mean, we might have conceded a goal here and there, but his performances, the saves that he's been making, you know, he's been more proactive than I've ever seen. You know, everything I complained about at the beginning of the season with him, he rectified it for the most part. You know, getting down to some shots on the ground, that's always going to be difficult. You know, that's up in the air 50-50 for me. Some may save and some will go. But other than that, he was claiming crosses, winning duels in the air, coming out for the ball, dictating. And I think he was strong in the box, you know, for the most part, against teams that usually score a lot of set pieces on corners. And they didn't seem to do that today. So hats off to him.
Yeah, 100%. Joris, you agree?
Yeah, Onana. Onana was man of the match. He was really good today.
Mr. Yogi? Bilal?
Yeah, I agree. Onana.
Yeah, I can see a lot of people. Vegeta.
Yeah, no. He was the man of the match. Which when your goalkeeper's the
Wow.
man of the match, that is that just says everything you need to know about the performance on the day.
Yeah.
It's even between him. It's still between him and Varane, but I totally agree with you. I give him my star, and let's submit. Hopefully, this is not crashed. Let me see. No, it's crashed. Fuck me. Sorry.
Big
The
up.
system crashed today.
Give it a reset. Should be fine.
Yeah,
I gotta fire my fucking web developer. Yeah, no way.
Catherine Strays.
What the
Rasmus
fuck?
Højlund, man of the match, 17%.
Who the fuck voted for this?
How did that happen?
Oh, well, that's your voting, people. That's not ours. You guys
Bro,
voted Holden.
John knows. Anyway, you know, to be fair, guys, you know, we on here and it sounds, and you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people watching would definitely think that we lost today. And that's genuinely how we feel. And I'm being honest, as a Ten Hag inner, you know, I feel like we lost today, to be fair. Although, you know, I was expecting a win, and everybody know I said 4-1, and it did not happen to be like that today. So, in my honest opinion, you know, guys, you know, it was not a great game. You know, hopefully we could see better from them. You know, we're facing Chelsea on Thursday. But, you know, Chelsea is Chelsea. They drew to Burnley 2-2 today. You know, so if it's any team I think we might beat away in this next fixture, has to be Chelsea. Being honest, we beat them already this season, and I think that mentality will probably hold for the squad. I think hopefully the manager, you know, he definitely will have better options to start, because maybe Martinez might start this game. You know, maybe Casemiro might start, Mount might start. So you never know.
Listen, the voting of this is collectively, like, you know, what you guys are voting, and that's it. There's no hocus pocus, but I agree. If this is nice.
One last subject for the night, if we are soon to wrap up, because I need to go soon. But that's
what I was about to say.
Do you guys still believe in a Champions League next season? We are now 8 points behind Spurs, and what is it? 9 to 12.
Gain fifth.
Do you still believe?
100%. We gain fifth. Guaranteed. It almost nailed on, because people, you might laugh at it now, right? But in the next 5 games, Spurs facing Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, right? There's no way
we are facing Liverpool and Chelsea in the next 2 games, Mark.
Yeah, but we go and beat. I feel like we could beat Chelsea. Now, I'm not saying Spurs not going to beat Chelsea, you know, but I don't think Spurs going to beat City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. I think Arsenal, City, and Liverpool will beat Spurs. So I think that's definitely 9 points they will drop when we play in other teams that we could win. I mean, even if we drop points against Liverpool, and Arsenal is the next bogey game for me that we might drop points. We should be winning the other 7 games. We should even beat Brighton. Brighton has been rubbish all season, so it's like
we should.
You know what I mean?
We should, and we keep saying that we should. But this team, don't bet on us, Mark. That's all I'm saying.
Well, listen,
still betting on top 5. I'm still saying it now. Still betting on top 5. Because of the month of April. Just because.
I believe, and I still believe, but it's all for the players to rock up at Stamford Bridge. They need to. I'm angry because this was a game we're supposed to win. And this was a game on paper. Looking at it, you know that there might be a draw as well. But we could not afford to drop points today, and we did, unfortunately. But it wasn't a loss. But it feels like it's a funeral. And the reason why we are angry, if you're watching this stream in retrospective, is because we're angry at the players and the performance today. It's nothing to do with manager or anything. It was a collective pile of shit, wasn't it? And the only one that deserves roses was Onana, and I think Mason Mount deserves his goal. That was
Yeah,
huge.
he deserved that goal today. Big goal from him.
But if this is nice, wait till you go and watch Nuruddin, the real therapy, which Jarvis is going to. So hold your ears, because I don't think. What do you think the mood is going to be with Nuruddin? He's going to shout.
It's going to be epic meltdown. epic proportions. Today it's going to be of epic proportions, because you know what? It's just the performance matching the result that he was waiting on, and I can't wait to watch that stream. Jarvis, you're going to have a high time playing middleman between him and Boomaye tonight. It's going to be a master stroke from me. I expect it, bro. I will be there.
Guys, if you want to hear punches flying, go where can people find you when you're going?
United
Jarvis.
Real Therapy with Nuruddin and Boombaye, and I think Tom will be there, and a lot of the regulars. So tune in, guys. I think it's going live as we speak.
Yeah.
Okay. I forget Tom in the building. And
Okay.
I'm going to heat it tonight, bro. Big up.
Big up for you. For me, it's 6:30 in the morning a.m. I gotta go to sleep. I would just want to thank everyone that's tuned in. This is not first time you see Pop. It's actually first time you see Poppy very angry. First time you see Mark giving Ten Hag low scores. So that's the first time ever here in this channel. Anyway, please go over and check out Nuruddin, our neighbor channel, the United Real Therapy with Jarvis going to be there as well. Thank you, Bilal, also for tuning in late, and also Vegeta as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. It wasn't pretty. It was 1 point, but it wasn't a loss at the end of the day. Big up all of you, and thank you for the super stickers. And good night, people, I guess. Is it? Or see you tomorrow. Yeah. And by the way, Arsenal tomorrow, City. What's your score prediction on that one?
2-2 draw.
2-2 draw.
3-1 Arsenal.
3-1 Arsenal will win.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you. Good night, and see you later. See you to the next one. Sleep tight and go and check out Jarvis in the next channel. Bye for now. Glory, Manchester United. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.